And we are live. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Respect the Craft here. My apologies as it looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, so just give me 1 second here. 1 second. I'm not liking how this is looking. For some reason, we are having some technical difficulties. So just give me 1 second. Just 1 second here as we try to see what's going on. But just let me know, everyone. Okay, my apologies again. Technical difficulties are ready to start the show. But now we're looking good. We're sounding okay. Again, to anyone that is watching, please let us know in the comment section down below if you can hear us. If you can hear us, if you can see us, just let me know. Because again, yeah, gotta love some technical difficulties already to kick off the show. That is awesome. You know what it is? I think it's because it's a catch up episode. There's a lot to talk about. There is a lot that I need to discuss before we do anything. Again, this is, like I said, it's a catch up. Let's catch up live right now. Here it is 3:18. So happy post St. Patrick's Day. Happy post Stone Cold Day. But the biggest thing I could talk about after this weekend is congratulations to my fellow members of Kane Industries, my brothers, infamous Adam Kane, the CEO, and Dr. Sleep, Anthony Gangone, for becoming the new Victory Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Truly making Silky Smooth once again the true manager of champions. Just look at those pictures right there. Look how happy we are. Congratulations again to Kane Industries. What a win this past weekend. If you guys weren't there, you missed a hell of a show with Victory Pro Wrestling presents Before the Storm, but make sure you are there this coming April the 13th, Saturday night, April the 13th, in beautiful Bay Shore, as it's going to be Victory Pro Wrestling presents Blood, Sweat, and 18 years. The 18-year anniversary for Victory Pro Wrestling already confirmed a three-way dance for those same Victory Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships, a steel cage match for the Victory Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, as it will be Bryce Donovan defending against Jack Tomlinson, and so much more to be announced coming soon. Again, stay tuned to all things Victory Pro Wrestling to stay up to date with all those announcements. But again, we have a lot to discuss. We'll be discussing Victory Pro Wrestling. We'll be discussing some shows I have coming up. Because again, if you guys saw earlier today, I released a little announcement letting people know just some big things we have coming up. We have a lot coming up this next month and a half. We have a lot of stuff coming up when it comes to March, when it comes to April. So definitely stay tuned because we have a lot coming up. We're going to be having some good time calling some independent wrestling, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So just give me 1 sec because I want to make sure we are live on everything. Because again, after those technical difficulties a little while ago, I want to make sure we are live because yeah, gotta love technical difficulties to kick off the show. But yes, we are good. We are live on both Facebook, on the YouTube. We're live on Twitch. Are we live on the Twitter? Yes, we are live on Twitter as well. Awesome. Or Twitter X, whatever you want to call it. My apologies. My thing is, I still love to call it Twitter just because it's what we knew. It's what we knew. So it's one of those where I'm still gonna call it Twitter. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you follow us on all of our social media. Follow Respect the Craft. Stay up to date with all things coming up on the podcast. All things coming up with myself when it comes to again those uh shows coming up, like I announced earlier today. Because look at that. That is going to be our schedule coming up. It begins next Saturday, March 30th. We'll be calling the action, or at least some of the action. We'll be calling some action at Loud East Pro Wrestling. From there, the first week of April, we will be with Wrestling Is Now and their seminar with Dragon Gate, as it's going to be just an experience like none other. If you haven't already signed up for this seminar, you're going to get to learn from great professional wrestlers representing Dragon Gate, featuring 3 exhibition matches, one being Team Dragon Gate versus Team Wrestling Is Now. And then later on in the month for Wrestling Is Now, we will be calling the action for Winter Circle. That is going to be April the 20th of next month. That is going to feature a huge 20 competitor matchup. The winner of that matchup receiving a future championship shot of their choosing. But that is going to be later on in April. Then that following week, because we have a lot going on in April, on April 26th, that is going to be something we're going to be talking about. But we're going to announce it first before we get into that discussion, because there's a lot I'm going to want to touch on when it comes to this. As We Are Wrestling has announced, it will be myself going head to head with the King of the Northeast, the Bayonne badass, independent wrestling legend, Dan Moff. A stacked card. Already announced the We Are Wrestling Grand Championship will be on the line, as it will be Jarrett Diaz challenging current champion Rob Killjoy. Just announced a little while ago, it will be the We Are Wrestling Tag Team Championship Tournament will begin at Lo Que Paso. First round matchups will be announced very soon, but already announced it will be I guess they're going to pick a combination of it, but Prolific will be a part of the tournament. Also announced Survival of the Thickest, which is going to be Caitlin Marie and Sammy Chaos. Also announced is Brick City. And last but not least, hold on, let me make sure we announce all the teams. Hold on 1 second. Why am I'm missing the last team. Where are we? And it's going to be Riz and Nasty. So you got Chris Barton and you got Nasty Nino Cruz. So that's going to be for the We Are Wrestling side of things. But then we have in 2 days after that, on April 28th, live from Brooklyn, it is going to be Let's Go Battle Club Pro. Is going to be my first official Battle Club Pro event, getting to call it in Espanol. Already announced, you have the Nemesis Battleweight Championship, as it will be defending champion Prince Ahmed going head to head with current TNA knockout Masha Slamovich. Also announced for the night is going to be the Inner City King Jorge Santi going head to head with the Megasis Megan Bain, and as well as the 5 points champion, the finisher, Steve Benya, going head to head with Savannah Evans. That is going to be for currently announced for Let's Go Battle Club Pro. More matches coming soon. And here we got Matt Awesome in the building. Shout out to Matt. Matt will also be at that event we were talking about earlier in Lo Que Pasó Pasó. He'll be part of Team Pegao versus Team Kong Kong. Once those teams are fully announced, stay tuned to the channel because we have a special little thing we're gonna do here with both Team Pegao and Team Kong Kong. So you're gonna want to stay tuned, but that is going to be happening a little closer to April. That's gonna be happening a little closer to Lo Que Pasó Pasó. But again, we are here to discuss both Lo Que Pasó Pasó, to discuss um, the Loudies Wrestling March for Death event, to discuss VPW 18. We have a lot to discuss. We have a lot of things coming up, a lot of things I want to touch on. So we have a lot. How about, oh, wait, yes, we got to touch on that as well. I almost forgot because we have this. We have a huge, I repeat, huge 6-man tag match here. I've been calling it Trios Warfare because that's what it's gonna be. Because you have the Uptown Boys, Mad Awesome, and Jarrett Diaz. Shout out to Jarrett Diaz, who's all the way in the UK right now. A little bit of a UK excursion for Jarrett Diaz as they'll be teaming up with independent wrestling legend. I should just say wrestling legend. 30 years in the business this year. The notorious 187 Theo Homicide to take on tag team specialist Johnny Cashmere and the new Backseat Boys. JP, Tommy, they've been under the tutelage these past 2 years now under Johnny Cashmere, and it's been successful. This is gonna be interesting because you're gonna see six just insane. There you go. I just posted about it on my IG. Okay, we're gonna, you know what? Because again, this is a catch-up episode. Let's go to Matt Awesome's IG. We're able to do that now. We're gonna go to Matt Awesome's IG right now. We're gonna read to you guys, letting you guys know why this match is important to Matt Awesome, because Matt is letting us know here. We know how important this one is to. It definitely is. So we're gonna talk. We're gonna read it to everyone here that is watching. Okay, if you know me personally and know my wrestling story, you'll understand how important this match, March 30th, is to me. In the early 2000s, my cousin would bring me over wrestling DVDs every month to me, and one time he brought me over a Ring of Honor DVD. And that was the first time I watched Homicide. The fact that he was from NYC and Puerto Rican, I was automatically glued for his style. Years later, I'm teaming with him at Loudies Wrestling. Myself and Jared Diaz are honored to team with Mr. 187. There you go. No, it's I feel like that is it's something that, especially if you're part of the scene, especially if you are Puerto Rican, if you're someone that grew up in the neighborhoods and the areas we did, and seeing what Homicide was able to accomplish, seeing what Homicide was able to just make that way for a lot of people, it is truly going to be an honor to see, and I can't wait to be a part of this show as well and get to see Homicide one more time in that squared circle. Again, 30 years in the business, it's one of those where unfortunately you start to realize um it's one of those, we don't know how long more we'll see the notorious 187 in that square circle, but hey, we're gonna enjoy every bit of it, and to see this trio's warfare, I can't wait. I can't wait to call this one. This is gonna be one that I definitely can't wait for, and that is going to be a part of Loud East Wrestling presents Marked for Death. If you haven't gotten your tickets already, link to every event we're going to be talking about here tonight will be in the description down below. And what's going on, Serena? Hello, hello. How are you doing? It's a dream. It is, man. I'm happy for you. When I saw that match announcement, I popped seeing that because again, I know what you and Jared have already done in the business. I know what you guys have been studying. I know what you guys have, those similar, again, the Theos that we have. So a match like this definitely is going to mean a lot. And again, I'm happy for you, bro, and I can't wait. And definitely, we're going to speak about it. Like I said, I announced it last week on the channel. We will be doing a Loudies Wrestling Week. So we're gonna see if we get a little bit of a year on the channel. So stay tuned. We'll be talking to some people in the next few days. And once we have some things confirmed, we will be announcing everything right here on Respect the Craft. Let's see what Serena's saying. That's gonna be a heck of a night. and match for you. R.I.P. my friend. Oh my God. I know what Serena's talking about. Serena's talking about that matchup I talked about earlier. Again, I'll go into full detail in just a little bit. I want to go. We're gonna try to go date by date with this. So we're gonna start in a little bit talking about Loud East, and we'll move closer to April 26th. Um, Congratulations to Kane Industries on their victory this past Saturday at VPW. Thank you so much, Serena. Again, it was a great moment for us. I'm glad that, again, I said it. It was not a prediction, it was a spoiler. Yes, I am quoting the great future Hall of Famer by saying it. And I said it. And I hope, again, I can't wait to hear the commentary because I hope they announce it the way they should. Because I'll do it now, once again. And your new Victory Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the infamous CEO of Kane Industries, Adam Kane, Dr. Sleep, Anthony Gangone, accompanied by the true manager of champions, Silk E. Smooth. They collectively are Kane Industries. There you go. Let's at least you'll see me and Homicide Team before that massacre. Damn, Matt. Damn. You're welcome. Thank you. We appreciate it again, Serena. Thank you for the nice comment. Joe, hey, what's going on, Joe? Joe was in the building. He got to see it. It was a beautiful moment. Thank you so much, Joe. We appreciate you. We appreciate your support. We need more. We need more people like you in VPW. So we appreciate that. And this was supposed to be my personal catch up. Again, I announced no guests. I did not invite any guests to come on here. Somehow, welcome, Pete. How'd you get a link?
Ray?
How did you get a link? I. This is supposed to be my catch up, Pete. Like we're talking about the shows I got coming up. Got some big things. It starts March 30th. Like
yeah,
like there's a lot of. Why are you here?
What starts March 30th, Ray?
It starts the big big things coming up. I have a lot of shows coming up, Pete. You saw the announcement earlier. You shared the announcement. Like we have a lot of stuff coming up. That starts for me.
I shared something else along with the announcements. Some information that I think you were a little surprised that I had in my possession.
Pete, I want to remind you that phone tampering is punishable by jail time. So I want to know.
Did I ever say that I tampered with anything?
I'm just trying to ask before we continue this conversation is how do you know about said conversation? Because I did not bring it up to anyone. So how do you know about said conversation? And again, why are you here?
Well, this morning I woke up, 5:30 in the morning, get ready to go to work, as you know. Got to be up super early, get to my school building. And I wake up and do what I got to do. I'm walking to the train, and I'm checking my emails, and I find an email from an email address I've never seen before.
What a coincidence!
I think that it's a scam. But I open it because the way it's addressed, it's like, hey, Pete, this is some information I think you want to hear. So I opened it and I was like, okay. So of course I waited because I'm not going to, if there's something in there, I'm not going to crash my phone, and I didn't do it on my personal computer. I waited until I got to work and I used my work computer because at least that way, if something goes wrong, I just take it down to IT and be like, hey, fix this.
Good to know that this is what you're doing on company time. That is amazing.
Man, listen, I take poops on company time too, but nobody tells me anything. But anyway, there's an audio file attached to the email. And the audio file
Mhm.
happens to be a conversation that
Mhm.
happened between one Raymond Sanchez
Mhm.
and one Dan Moff. And from all intents and purposes, it happened at some point between the announcement of the match and yesterday. Don't know when, but it happened between the announcement of the match, which, if we're going to go on specifics, the match was announced 3 days ago on Friday. So we got match on Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. And I know it couldn't have been Saturday because Moff was quite a busy man on Saturday. In fact, Dan Moff was at in Long Island. And not Long Island, Staten Island. He was in Staten Island wrestling for Warriors of Wrestling against Chris Steeler on Saturday. And I doubt it happened on Friday because, if I'm not mistaken, Dan Moff was in Hackettstown, New Jersey for ISPW. So that leaves the only time and space that it could have been to have happened on Sunday.
You're using context clues here, Pete. I'm happy for you. Again,
Listen.
I want to know. We're gonna go to the comments here for a second because this is Matt saying what's up. Got Serena saying what's up. Matt saying I do work. Oh, so Matt, it was you, huh? He says I do work for a phone company. That is interesting, Matt. I remember that. Isaac, yeah, I heard it too. Play that shit on air, Pete. Isaac, how did you hear about this? Again, why are people hearing things that was a personal conversation between myself and Dan Moff? And Pete, the match he's alluding to, we talked about it a few seconds ago, was this the announcement made by Pete that I do not understand why this is a thing of on April 26th.
Ray.
But again, by the terms that you laid out the last time we spoke on here, this should not be happening. Myself versus Dan Moff should not be happening.
What were the terms?
The terms were
terms, Ray?
If Ruthless Lala was not returned, which she was, also if not a hair, nothing missing on her, if she was not returned the same way she was taken by whoever it was that took her, then I would have to wrestle Dan Moff. And I would also have to take the place of Ruthless Lala on that night.
You are missing a very important piece of that.
What piece of information?
You can roll the tape back if you want to. It's very simple, Ray.
What piece of information am I missing?
The conditions were that Ruthless Lala had to be ready and able to start the match, or else you would have to take her place and pay said price. And in fact, you that had to walk out? Was it not you that had to initially be Isaiah Wolf's tag team partner? Because if I'm not mistaken, was Ruthless Lala not in the locker room, not in the gorilla position, not in the building upon the beginning of her scheduled tag team match? She was not, which meant you had to be brought out there by force. I will remind you, by Isaiah Wolf. You had to be brought out. Now, it just so happened that just in the nick of time, just before that bell officially rang, just before you had to be officially on, Ruthless Lala showed up. What do you know? Coincidence? Maybe. Happenstance? Maybe. Or maybe just the setup at the wrong time. Maybe you just timed it a little bit wrong, Ray, because it seemed like you expected her to be there. You expected her to be there on time. Something went wrong. for a couple of seconds, for a couple of minutes, and you had to do that. So, Ray, I stand on business. I stand on the terms of the deal.
See, but
And
now, again, you just said it by the start of the match. Last I remember, I didn't hear no bell till Ruthless Lala entered the ring. So again,
we will
how is
hear a
this
bell.
happening?
We will hear a bell on April 26th, because on April 26th, while the show may be titled Lo que pasó, pasó, which, as you know as well as I, whatever happens, happens. We might as well call the show For Whom the Bell Tolls, as the final bell tolls for Raymond Sanchez, which, by the way, I must say, you didn't sound this confident and you didn't sound this cocky on that phone call that I heard between you and I gotta ask, how many pairs of pants did you go through on that phone call?
Again, I just want to know how you. I just want to know again.
Well, I'm not the only one who has it.
Who
Ray,
else has this
because
phone call?
I emailed you a file just a little while ago.
What are you talking about? Wait, why do you have my personal? Nevertheless, let's. Okay, this not gonna have a virus, is it? Like I do a lot of things on that.
No. I listen. I don't want to mess up your porn laptop. Okay. Just be glad you don't live in Texas right now.
I guess you know what. So you again, this was a personal. We're gonna play the file. Fuck.
Hey, listen, you don't.
Hello?
Yeah.
Mom? So I'm guessing you heard about April, huh?
You little Benedict Arnold. You little snake in the grass. You infidel.
Mav, you and I both know this can't happen.
I'm gonna punish you.
Mav, what did I do? I haven't done anything to you.
The sweet sound of me cracking your bones is gonna give me nothing but the utmost pleasure. The only thing that's gonna give me more pleasure is listening to your mother weep as she pushes you for the rest of your days in a wheelchair, as you can't even eat and you gotta sip through a straw.
Mav, come on. There has to be something I can do. Money.
What
there
in
has
the world? What can you do for me to make me? What can you possibly have that I want? You can't give me shit.
Come on. There has to be a price. There has to be something. There. Wait. Come on. I think I have an idea. I think I have something that you might want.
What the hell is your idea? What? Extra chicken nuggets? What's your idea, stupid?
No. I think I got it. What if I can get you a title match? No strings attached. A We Are Wrestling Grand Championship title match. Come on, you don't want to wrestle me. A title match. You still there, Moff?
I'm interested.
Okay. So I will get you a title match. April, you don't have to wrestle me. It'll be a straight up title match.
You have my attention.
Okay. I'll make it happen.
But I promise you, I guarantee you, if you do not deliver on this promise, on this deal, this show will not be called Lo que pasó, pasó. This will quickly turn into a GoFundMe show for your big ass.
No, it's gonna happen. You have my word. It's gonna happen. Don't worry about it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Don't bullshit me. Don't piss me off.
Oh, it's gonna happen. Thank you, Mom.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Ray,
Yes, Pete.
since when did you become a matchmaker, a general manager, an owner, a producer, a booker? When did you become any of these things at We Are Wrestling to think you had the authority to offer Moth Wrestling Grand Championship match?
Let's just say I have to do again what I have to do. And I luckily, no matter what it is, I always have friends in higher places, Pete. So
Well, there's
you
only
worry
three
about the other
people.
matches.
There's only 3 people who can sign off on a We Are Wrestling Grand Championship match. One
Who are said people?
is Isaiah Wolf. But considering that Isaiah Wolf is in action, as you probably saw earlier today, Prolific was officially announced as one of the teams competing in the first round of the We Are Wrestling Tag Team Tournament, which starts on April 26th at Lo Que Paso Paso. So Isaiah Wolf would normally have the authority to sign off on a title match, but because Isaiah Wolf is in action on April 26th, that means he is a talent. And when he is a talent, he forgoes his position as a backstage official. So Wolf can't sign off on it.
Okay.
You damn sure well know Mike Law isn't going to sign off on it. And I'm telling you right now, there is nothing in this world that is going to make me sign off on Dan. And I love Dan. I would get, at any point, if Dan Moff wanted a title shot, I'd give him a title shot. But for this, just to stick it to you, Ray, I'm not going to sign off on Moff getting a title match. And you think Rob Killjoy or Jared Diaz, who's officially been announced as the We Are Wrestling Grand Championship match for April 26th, you think they're going to be okay with Moff just being a part of this willy-nilly? No. Listen, you put yourself in another bag here, big boy. This time you can't get out of. There's no way in hell that you are getting anyone to sign off on a We Are Wrestling Grand Championship and Moff on April 26th. So, Ray, listen, you've got 1 month and 8 days. You've got a little under 40 days. So you better make like Jesus and toughen yourself up in that desert, because come April 26th, it will be Rob Killjoy versus Jared Diaz, 1-on-1 for the We Are Wrestling Grand Championship, meaning that we will see Ray Sanchez respecting the craft oh so much by getting in that ring against Dan Moff. I don't know what possessed you to. I get it. You were scared, but come on. You could have offered him something that you could have at least made happen.
Pete, how long have you known me, Pete? How long have again, we've been friends. You know me very well. I've made stranger things happen, Pete. You've seen it. Again, Ruthless Lala appeared for her match. Like that. Things will go my way, Pete. Don't you worry about it. And it's going to be an even crazier match. Think about it. Think about it, Pete. You get to have the Bayonne Badass fighting for your championship, Pete. Think about that. Come on.
Listen,
Come on.
as I told you, I respect Dan Moff. Me and Dan Moff go way back. We've known each other for over 10 years.
Come on, Pete.
I
It's
would
gonna be
have no
okay.
problem with Dan Moff match. Just not on April 26th. If he wants one in September, we could talk about it. If he wants one in November, we can talk about it. Hell, if he wants one in 2025, we can talk about it. But on April 26th, the match is signed. The contract is signed. It's Killjoy. It's Diaz, one-on-one for the championship. And I'm not signing off on Moff being inserted into that match. I'm not signing off on Moff taking Jarrett's place. It's not going to happen. And I would think you have a lot more people to have to work through, because I damn sure know Matt Awesome isn't going to let you just take his best friend, his tag team partner, out of a spot he's rightfully earned. I guarantee you there's a bunch of people in that building that are not going to allow you. And from what I heard, there are a couple people in the VPW locker room that already got some money bets on how you're going to die on April 26th. Listen, I don't know if you saw the numbers, Ray. The traction is real. Listen, there may be a couple of people in this world who, who think they touched Sinatra's hand, who might think this is a crazy, but the vast majority of people, when we announced the match, do you know how many tickets we sold just because we announced that match? Do you know how many people paid good money just to see you die?
I thank them so much. All I can say, Pete, is you're welcome for the house. But Pete, like I said, things will go my way. And for everyone tuning in, again, I say everything is gonna be fine. And if that means Dan Moff getting a grand championship match on April 26th, then so be it. But we're gonna go to the comments here, Pete, because somehow you're here now, so you can join me in seeing the comments from our lovely viewers at home.
I like this one by Kyle G. I hope Moff puts you through a flaming table that's full of metal Legos.
Wow, Kyle, again, I thought we were cool, man. Matt Awesome, I guess, has some issues with that video. You can't just go around giving title matches and hold up Jarrett is the number one contender. He is the rightful number one contender. And I never said in the video I would be taking away Jarrett's. Well, again, I love that it's a video, because in that call, I never said I was taking that away. But now that we're here again, what we shall see how it goes. Kyle, what is with the profanity? What is with the WTF? You don't have to say that. Let's see. Wow. Come on, Jumbo Ref. You better get 40. That is not funny, Jumbo. Damn, Kyle says, why do I suck? Damn, come on, Isaac. Afuera coin. I hope that means to Pete, because again, why is Pete here right now? We got Sammy Chaos.
You know why
saying,
I'm here.
I don't actually. Oh, Sammy Chaos saying, will you also be doing Spanish commentary during the match? You know what? If Pete allows it, I'll be doing Spanish commentary when Dan Moff is wrestling for that grand championship. I would love to do Spanish commentary to announce Dan Moff in that match.
You can't do Spanish commentary. Well, listen, there's only been one man in history, only one man in the history of professional wrestling who's ever done commentary while also actively being involved in a match, and that is the one and only King Booker. I don't know if you have the athletic fortitude to be able to both be running away from Dan Moff and doing commentary at the same time. But listen, don't thank me, Matt. Don't thank me. Thank whoever this person is that sent me this audio file. Because at 7:00 in the morning, when I'm sitting at my job listening to this, absolutely dumbfounded at how Ray it must be the Brooklyn.
Oh, now you're calling it the Brooklyn. Brain. So now that giving me an idea of who possibly could have hacked into my phone, and that pisses me a little off now. but it's okay. I will deal with that in another moment. But um
Listen, for all we know, hey, look, and I know Isaac, the incredible mind behind VXS, is here. I think if by some chance Ray survives against Danmoff, which I doubt, whatever amount of Ray survives, I think that, listen, the traction is real, baby. Maybe this needs to be the 2024 Let's Kill Ray tour, starting with Ray versus Danmoff. Maybe, who knows? Maybe we can get Ghost Shadow to stretch him. Maybe we can get Smiley to get him to do some cardio. Maybe we can get Homicide to just beat on him. You know what? Maybe we go get all the. What I'd like to see. How about Ray Sanchez versus Low Life Louie in a death match? I think that'd be fantastic.
again, Pete, I ask you, what have I done to you personally? That these are the ideas that come to your head about someone that you've called a friend on here before? Someone that you've called a friend on many platforms. And you decide that you're going to just want to throw me to the wolves that are many, many competitors that I've looked up to in the past, that I continue to look up to as mentors and Theos. And just, why? Why, Pete? What have I done to you? That this is how again, in this very same room that I am right now, we have talked about the early days and the early planning of what We Are Wrestling has become. And you try to get me to wrestle Danmoff at your next show. Like,
well, it's not anything you've done to me, right? Not anything you've done to me personally. Yeah, I love you, Ray.
This is a strange way to show it, Pete.
I will personally be first in line to donate for your casket, right? I'll help pay for the cost of everything. Hell, I'll even deliver a beautiful eulogy, right?
Oh, speaking of that, to the amount of people that have made jokes and have said this, I have taken a screenshot of every single one of you. So, yeah, you can all go to hell. That's all I'm gonna say. But continue, Pete.
Again, it's nothing that you've done to me.
Uh-huh.
It's just all the ways in which you've meddled with things. You stuck your nose into the ruthless Lala and Tiberius and prolific business. You tried to get your own co-host toe tags assaulted. You tried to get him put through a table. You've done all these things. You've put other people in harm's way. You've said incredulous things about people and thought that the bill would never come due. But guess what? The bill always comes due. You never know when, you never know how, but the bill always comes due. And now on April 26th, the bill comes due for you, Ray. The bill comes due. And you know what? Everybody from Toe to Gigi to everybody everybody everywhere that has ever had to deal with Ray, talking of this TO, and I got protection from this TO, and I got protection from this person, and I know this guy, and I know this guy. Listen, you go find out how many of those people are going to be willing to take your place against Danmoff. Because listen, I heard what Danmoff said to you on that phone call. Danmoff seems like he's on the edge of his seat. He sounds like he's a bit excited in all the wrong ways, but in all the right ways, about beating you up on April 26th. So
again,
I want to beat you up now because you're offering a guy a title match in my company.
See, because last last time I checked, again, to make matches, you usually have to make sure both competitors are agreeing to the situation as well. And like I said, I have made it to every rule that you put out there on the last podcast together. So again, if you're gonna do things outside of the rules, then why not offer something that's outside of my rules as well? So again, April 26th is gonna be very interesting. Lo que pasó, pasó. Hey, it's supposed to be entre tú y yo. It was supposed to be entre yo and Dan Moff. But now the world knows the conversation me and Dan Moff had, and so be it. You want to see if I'm going to wrestle Dan Moff on April 26th? You want to see if Dan Moff is somehow going to get a championship match on April 26th? This is why you have to get your tickets, and you're going to find out what happens, everyone.
Listen,
am I full of shit?
Ray.
You never know.
Listen, I think you're just scared. And I get it. Just admit it. You're scared. We've all been there. We've all been there. We've all had that moment where we've been scared about something in our life. But you can't run from these things, Ray. You can't run.
I'm not.
The best way to get the best way to deal with something is true it. You got to go true. And listen, I helped you. I said you get to pick the stipulation. It could be a lumberjack match. It could be a no disqualification match. And I'm just saying.
No. I remember that conversation. I don't get to choose either. I remember that. That was part of it. I didn't even get to choose what match this would. Oh, I get to choose.
Lumberjack or no DQ. If I'm you, I pick the no DQ. Because you get to use what?
Pete? You know what, Pete? Here you go. Just so you could sleep well at night thinking this match is happening. You can make it a no DQ match, Pete. There you go. You can officially make it a no DQ match for the match that is not going to be happening on April 26th. Everyone at home believes that's going to be happening. Isaac, why? My good brother. Why? I've got Brian Cage's number on speed dial. Be careful with your words, Raymond Sanchez. Don't do that to me, Isaac. Come on, Brian. Come on. I can't offer Brian Cage a title match. It does not work that way. You are our friend, but sometimes there has to be checking. I understand that. Again, we are all from New York here. We understand sometimes you got to check someone, but not Hawkeye. Pick lumberjack with straps. What?
Joe, would you like to? Would you like to do? Would you like to volunteer?
Oh my god!
I will personally make you a lumberjack if you want to volunteer.
This might be a match
that. This might be a match that the gifts might be too much for social media. So I think that way we can give you some time off, and I'm sure he has some steam. He's got to let I heard Danny Nemesis said he would want to be a lumberjack.
My own commentary tag team partner for 2 days later. I'm supposed to make my official Spanish commentary debut for Battle Club Pro, Pete, and you're trying to get me killed 2 days before.
Well, listen, and I've already spoken to Joakim about it. I've already spoken to Joakim and the rest of the wrestling management team at Battle Club Pro. They fully understand. They fully understand what's happened. And listen, Miles didn't say he was going to kill you. He just said he'd put you in a wheelchair. You could still do Spanish commentary in a wheelchair. I don't know if you're going to be able to get up to the 27th floor of your high-rise projects in the Brooklyn, okay, with a wheelchair, because, the elevators don't like to work all the time.
There you go, Pete. You have another volunteer. We have so many volunteers for this amazing...
You got Danny Nemesis, Gino Gotts.
Oh, Gino Gotts has offered his services.
Gift God.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
Dre has offered his services. Of
course he offered his services. Of course he offered his services because I love this. I love that.
And I might help you. Listen, I'll get Adam Kane for you. We'll get industries people over there. Maybe they can help you out as lumberjacks. We'll even it up for you. It won't be all, it won't be all bad.
Oh man.
But listen, Ray, I'm just glad you didn't try to hide. I'm just glad that you admitted that this phone call was you, right? That this phone call actually happened.
It did. It did. I am very angered by the idea that someone tampered with either mine or Dan Moff's phone. I'm gonna take that it was my end, just because I can only imagine if Dan Moff believes that he was hacked, what he would possibly do to said hacker. So I'm gonna take this one.
Oh no, I texted Dan Moff this morning.
And what was his
Dan
thoughts
Moff this morning?
on
And
this?
I asked him, I said, "Hey, what is this?" I said, "What is this?" And he said, I called Ray to laugh at him once I heard about the match. He offered me a title match. And I said, "Oh, did he?" He said, "Yeah, Ray offered me a title match." I said, "Well, nobody's talked to me about it." He said, "Well, Ray offered me a title match, and I told him what happens if he doesn't deliver." I said, "Well, Dan, I love you, I respect you, but we got a title match already in place on April 26th." And he just started laughing. He said, "Well, guess Ray's gonna die."
Again, for everyone watching, you'll find out April 26th. Continue to buy those tickets. I keep seeing everything's going up. If you can't make it in person, thank you, Hawkeye, for the amazing plug there. Title match, get your subscriptions today. It will be live on Title Match Wrestling Network. So if you can't make it in person to see Dan Moff possibly become your next We Are Wrestling Grand Champion, yeah. So
it's either gonna be and still Rob Killjoy or and new
wow.
Jarrett Diaz.
Wow. So wow. So Dan Moff doesn't have a chance, apparently, you are saying.
Because he's not gonna be in the title match. You don't make title matches at my company. You can't do it at Battle Club. You may be a commentator there, but you don't make matches there. You don't make matches at We Are Wrestling. You don't make matches at Victory Pro Wrestling. You don't make matches at Loud East Wrestling. You don't make matches at Catalyst. You don't make matches anywhere. You're not the guy that makes the matches. And this time, you took that size, whatever foot you've got, okay, and you stuck it so far up your own ass. I don't know how you did it, okay? I don't know how you did it, okay? This is like Fat Bastard from Austin Powers waking up one day and finally being able to see as you know what. We don't know how it happened. But you're over here thinking that you're going to come up with some grand scheme to give Dan. I told you already. Wolf is in action that day. He's not a backstage official. He's a talent. Mike Law, listen, you could beg him. You're going to see him in 2 weeks, right?
Yes.
For the season 2 premiere of Battle Club X, their premier in-house product that you can watch on YouTube.
Yes.
So you'll see him there. I guarantee you he's going to laugh in your face.
He might. He might. But it's okay. Again,
listen, don't worry.
Things are in motion, Pete. Just know that. Things are in motion.
I'll send you something to the house. I'll send you whatever Ico Pro is left around somewhere.
Not okay. Ico Pro. Wow.
It gets you up there. Take your vitamins and say your prayers. You're going to be all right.
I will. I am going to be perfectly fine. Again, I will be so happy to see a new champion crown. Again, I love Rob Killjoy. Don't get me wrong. I love the Ugly Ducklings, the Ugly Sucklings, every pairing. And Jared Diaz, again, I'll be having on the podcast very soon. We're going to have a nice conversation. But again, I have to do what I have to do in order to walk out April 26th same way that I walked in. Because again, it's going to be a great month. We're having a lot of big things happening, Pete. So Pete, I want to say I thank you for coming on, but I really don't, because again, this whole thing is just not necessary. This match shouldn't have been announced, Pete. You have a great card so far announced. You have that great title match, the announcement of the championship tournament, some more big things coming, I believe, in the next few days. we had talked about a lot of the things that were going to be happening on Lo Que Pasó Pasó, and this was not one of those things that you talked to me about, Pete. So I'm I'm a little hurt that you couldn't warn me that something was gonna be announced. I saw the post.
Guys,
No. But we had a actual conversation, Pete. You couldn't tell me again via same type of thing, a phone call conversation. You couldn't tell me this was gonna be announced. Like
it's called a surprise for a reason, Ray. Surprise!
You know what, Pete?
Surprise!
You know what, Pete? Again, we because you are a friend of mine. I will say, congratulations on the engagement. I thank you again for coming on. But
it will be wheelchair accessible for you, by the way.
I appreciate that. But unfortunately, we are going to have to bid you adieu, as we are going to continue the rest of the conversation here and talk about a few more events that we have to discuss. But
listen,
again,
let me know what size shorts you need. I got a good gear guy that can help you get some nice gear for the show. We can get it for you quick turnaround. Don't worry about it.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. But again,
yeah,
I don't think I'm gonna need it. But it's okay. We will make things happen. April 26th. Once again, we're gonna show the graphic here just so you guys have the date. Don't worry about the match. Again, sometimes card subs
don't
change.
worry about the match.
Don't worry about the match. But it will be April 26th, live from St. Helena's Church, 1315 Olmsted Avenue, my apologies, in the Bronx. Doors 7 p.m., bell time 8 p.m. It will not be Ray Sanchez versus Dan Moffat, a no disqualification match or lumberjack match. It will be We Are Wrestling presents Lo Que Pasó Pasó, already announced. Grand Championship match, Jarrett Diaz versus Rob Killjoy versus Dan Moff, possibly. Again, we're gonna see what happens.
No.
You're
it's
going
Jarrett
to see
Diaz versus Rob Killjoy.
You're going to see
one-on-one match. I have the graphic.
The first round of the tag team championship tournament announced earlier today. Already teams that will be participating in the tournament: Prolific, the Survival of the Thickest,
that's my new favorite tag team.
The formerly Brick City Boys, Brick City, and Riz and Nasty. So much more to be announced.
Singles match.
Look at that.
Singles match.
See, that's backwards. See, that's why it's not even there. It's okay.
Singles match.
It's okay. The match will be, again, card subs change, everyone. That there's a little line in the bottom of every pro wrestling show graphic. It's going to be okay. But that will be April 26th. We will see you guys then. But Pete, once again, we must bid you adieu. Thank you so much for joining us here. I will be talking to you, I guess, in a few hours when you start to yell at me some more for why did I make this happen. And it's okay. It's going to be fine, Pete. It's going to be a good show no matter what. I promise you. It is going to be amazing. Because lo que pasó, pasó. See you soon, Pete.
Good die, Ray.
See you soon.
Bye.
But now it's again my show here. I apologize for that just horrible, rude interruption. Joe, I feel hurt. I feel very hurt. How did that happen? How could someone that again has called me a friend on here? Serena, yes, surprises are fun when they're not backstabbing surprises. How could Pete do that? How could a friend do something like that to me? And why are you saying goodbye? Why, Lance? Why are you saying goodbye? I'm not going anywhere yet. We had to say goodbye to Pete. You see, Serena's doing the right thing. She said goodbye to Pete. But I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be all right. We're going to continue to host a podcast here because I still want to talk about a few more things before I bid all of you adieu. But don't worry, you can still catch me after this podcast on the Knucklehead Network. I'll be joining my good friends Toe and Kenny and Show as we'll be talking about Monday Night Raw on the Raw Watch Along. But before I do that, I do want to talk about some things that have been announced, and that is going to be the rest of the shows that, again, I put the post out earlier today. Multiple shows that I would have the honor of calling, which again include March 30th, it will be marked for death. Shout out to Loud East Wrestling with their return event live from the Mecca. That is going to be on March 30th. Already announced will be this amazing trios warfare with Matt also was in the chat earlier. It's going to be the Uptown Boys teaming with the notorious 187 Homicide against Johnny Cashmere and the Backseat Boys, Tommy and JP. It's going to be first time ever the Cambodian Dragon himself, Yoya, taking on Dr. Sleep, Anthony Gangone. Another first time ever affair, as it will be the Broski, Jimmy Lloyd, taking on the Perfect Ratio, Adonis Stone. And just announced earlier today, it will be Low Life Louie versus Jay Lover, two Jersey All Pro legends going head to head. Also announced, my apologies, the graphic did not load in, but it will be the technical extraterrestrial himself, Ghost Shadow, taking on Black Zemis. More matches to be announced. Already announced for the show as well will be the bad boy, Joey Janela. You will see the tracksuit Terra Dominic De Niro in action. You will see the likes again of, you see Johnny Rambo there as well. You got a lot of great action will be happening on March 30th. You're going to want to be there. More information to come in the preceding days. Tickets to Loud East Wrestling Presents Mark for Death will be in the description down below. Go to the link, get yourself some tickets. Tickets starting at the low price of only $20. So make sure you're there. Why they do, I don't know, Lance. Why would someone hate me? I don't know. I don't understand it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't get how they don't like me. I don't understand how I don't like my friends and Kane Industries. I don't get it, but it's okay. But speaking of Kane Industries, again, I will also remind you of who are your new VPW Tag Team Champions, Kane Industries, and they will be in the building on Saturday night, April the 13th. VPW presents Blood, Sweat, and 18 Years. Tickets to this event will also be down below. But before we even get to that, a few weeks prior, WrestleMania week, a huge experience here, something that never has been seen before. Dragon Gate and Wrestling Is Now and the Workshop bring to you a Dragon Gate seminar featuring 3 exhibition matches that will be called by yours truly. One of those featuring Team Dragon Gate taking on Team Wrestling Is Now. You see the legends right there, Joel Maximo, Yamato, and Dragon Kid. You also have current reigning and defending TCW and Funhouse Wrestling champion PJ Savage, and so much more. This is going to be an experience like none other. $60 to take the seminar, and for the public, this will be open to come check it out, learn some great things, Q&A session, and so much more. But then a few weeks after this, it will be Wrestling Is Now presents Winner Circle live on 4/20, April the 20th. It will be a huge night featuring multiple championship matches already announced. Wrestling Is Now heavyweight champion Joey Conway defends against Ox Adams. The Feral Face will defend his invitational championship against Ray Jazz. The current reigning and defending Wrestling Is Now tag team champions, the Unit, will defend in a tag team scramble, and the huge 20-person winners circle match where the winner will receive a championship match of their choosing. Already announced: PJ Savage, Ace Romero, Hamlet Hurts You, and so much more. That will be on April 20th, live from Brooklyn, as Wrestling Is Now returns home to Brooklyn, New York. Oh, Kyle says, because you exist. Wow, Kyle, that hurts. That really hurts, Kyle, because it's easy. Wow. because you look like a wow, Kyle. I don't understand where the hostility is coming from. I don't get it. This is supposed to be a nice night. This is supposed to be me catching up with all of you. No guests, just me talking about the events I have coming up. Those events I just talked about, I will be getting to call on commentary. 3 out of the 4 events we just talked about, I will be calling. That Loudy's wrestling event, I will be joining the commentary team. That Wrestling Is Now and Dragon Gate seminar, I will be on the commentary team for. Winner's Circle, I will be on the commentary team for. We're about to talk to some more events I will be calling. And what is the disrespect, Kyle? I don't get it. Randy, what's going on, Randy? See, at least Randy, look at that. He has a nice smile for me. Randy is happy to see me. How are you doing, Randy? Shout out to Backstage Brawl. Look at that. This, this is the only one that got caught was you, pal. Wow. Damn, why am I fired? Oh. That is messed up, VXS. That is messed up. But shout out to VXS though. I know they're kidding around. It's all good. We love you, VXS. Thank you. VXS, shout out to them. Please, if you haven't already, make sure you check out their NYC debut. That amazing show that, again, top to bottom, Arrival was something you did not want to miss. If unfortunately you did not catch it live or you were not there in person, please go check it out right now on Fight TV Plus, aka Thriller TV. Check out that insane card top to bottom featuring the huge main event called in Spanglish, the first ever Spanish main event for VXS featuring the likes of Arez versus Leo Rush. Shout out to the amazing team there. Truly, again, big things coming for VXS. I'm glad to be a part of the team. So all love to them, to O, to Isaac, to Julius, to the amazing team there. Thank you guys so much. And can't wait to do more things in the future. But Kyle, he doesn't. Randy loves me. Everyone in this chat, if you guys are here, I know you guys love me. It's okay. And Matt Awesome with the fire for VXS. Yes, we love VXS and we love everyone that is here. Also, again, we have to talk about the event we just talked about a little bit with Pete. Again, that will be April 26th. Ticket link in the description down below. I'm not going to show the flyer because, again, I don't want to give you guys false information. But again, already announced tag team championship tournament. Amazing talent a part of that. So you're going to want to be there and see that amazing card on April 28th. Let's Go Battle Club back in Brooklyn, New York. Like I said, already announced. You have multiple championship matches. You have that Battle Club Pro, the Battleweight Championship, the Nemesis Battleweight Championship being defended. Prince Ahmed going head to head with Masha Slamovich. Again, this event I will get to call with my good brother Danny Nemesis. We'll be calling this event in Spanish. So you get to hear Battle Club Pro, Let's Go Battle Club Pro in both English and in Spanish commentary. So don't you worry. It's going to be great. It's going to be an awesome time. We can also love it. Oh, man. Come on, Matt. Team Pegao is taking it. Yes, don't forget Team Pegao versus Team Kong Kong. That will be happening part of that We Are Wrestling event. I can't wait for that. Like I said, once both teams are fully announced, we'll be having something a little special here. We probably will tease it a little bit next week when Matt Awesome joins us for Loudy's Wrestling Week. Spoiler alert, we're going to have Matt Awesome in the building. I know Matt will give me nicer comments then. I know Matt was a little mad because of the revelation earlier, but it's okay, Matt. I know we still have love. It's okay. VXS with the what? What was the what for VXS? Because we just said a lot of things, so I'm not sure what the what is for. Is it because of the Team Pegao? Is it because of there's a lot of comments going on. So let me know, VXS. Let me know what we're talking about here. But again, if you want to get tickets for all these amazing events that we are talking about here tonight, please make sure you go to the description down below. Also, for Battle Club Pro, like we said, even just announced as we were streaming right now, it was announced it officially will be the All Father, Darius Carter, going head to head with the first lady of Prolific, Ruthless Lala. That was just announced. Hold on, we're going to show the graphic here. Unfortunately, it might be backwards. Oh no, there we go. See? Boom. Just announced right just as of this recording. This was announced. So that is going to be huge. I can't wait. Let's see what is VXS saying. Uh yes, VXS. That is happening. It is going to be Team Pegao versus Team Kong Kong. That'll be happening on at We Are Wrestling presents Lo Que Pasó Pasó. With a show name like that, expect the craziness. It's gonna be a crazy night. You're gonna want to be there April 26th. Tune in for that. We'll be talking business next week, and the fact I'm teaming with Mr. 187. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about, Matt. We have a lot to talk about. Like I said, I'll get in touch with you in the next few days. And again, like I said, it's all good fun here. It's all good times. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode here. Like I said, this is just a little bit of a catch up. This is just supposed to be something to remind you guys everything that's going on, everything that will be coming up. And like I said, it's going to be a great time. We're calling amazing shows. I'm going to be a part of some amazing shows and so much more to come. If you guys haven't already, make sure you're following me on my social media. Go follow me, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Ray_Sanchez27. Follow me on Instagram, Ray_Sanchez21. Those are both of my handles right there. You can find also all the links to that in the description down below. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed here to the YouTube channel so you can see all these amazing podcasts, all these conversations, and so much more. Yo, what's going on, Eric? What's going on? What's going on? And Matt also saying Kong Kong is going down, VX. Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens. I told Matt I'm supporting Team Pegao just because again, as a fellow body, I cannot go against Team Pegao. But we'll see what happens on April 26th. Joe saying Dan Moff will be the new champ. I have faith in Ray. Thank you so much, Joe. Again, we appreciate you. Kane Industries appreciates you. And we'll be seeing you guys. Where's the link to your GoFundMe? No link will be necessary, Matt. Again, everything is going to be fine. But I thank you all. As always, don't forget to be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people. Respect the craft. And we'll see you guys on the next one. The next episode will feature a guest. We'll have no interruptions, no barging in, no random people getting a link. Again, this episode was just supposed to be me. So my apologies for the disruption. My apologies for privacy being just that was uncalled for. I apologize for Pete. I apologize for We Are Wrestling for just doing that. That was not needed. No one needed to know that information. That was supposed to be a me and Dan Moff conversation, but it is okay. April 26th, be there, see an amazing show. April 28th, be there, see another amazing show, About Club. April 20th, be there with Wrestling Is Now. When we're back in Brooklyn, it's going to be an amazing time. April 4th, be there as we are hosting an amazing seminar. Join us then. And then March 30th, join us. It is going to be an amazing time at the Mecca. It's going to be an awesome show and so much more to be announced. So stay tuned. Follow all these amazing companies on their social media. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.